Welcome to Business Digest, your weekly show that covers a wide range of business-related issues which include market trends, economic issues, as well as analysis from different experts. Today we are talking artificial intelligence, a topic that has been on each and everyone's mouth. To help unpack this issue, we are joined by Monti. Monti, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Let's start with the basics. What is artificial intelligence?
Artificial intelligence, the way I like to explain it, is imagine your brain. So you have a brain that's quite intelligent, can make decisions, can reason, can think, and come up with solutions. So now imagine your brain simulated in a computer. So now the computer can do what your brain can do. It can think, it can reason, it can be creative, it can then come up with solutions and even talk to you. Just like how another person has a brain and can talk to you, the same way that a computer can talk to you in natural language. So I actually explain it like that. Like imagine the computer has the brain of a human and you can talk to it. So artificial intelligence is intelligence that's artificial, just like how we are intelligent animals. Now, artificial intelligence is intelligence that's artificial because we made it.
Okay. What does it seem like AI is taking over the world?
Well, AI seems like it's taking over the world because, I actually like to describe the moment as this is just as big as when we discovered electricity. It's because for the first time ever, we are producing intelligence. Artificial intelligence is big because it is going to change the way everything works. The fact that, for example, customer service representatives, instead of having a human or a whole department of customer service people, you can have AI manage the entire customer service and talk to your customers just like how humans would do it. So the reason it's big is because it's capable of doing a vast amount of work and saving businesses a lot of money while enhancing their profit. And that's why people are afraid that it will replace jobs and everything. But it's the first time in mankind that we are producing intelligence, and that's why it's so big.
Okay. I mean, we see AI popping in our computers and our phones. What exactly does it work? How exactly does it work?
So AI works, we have these things called large language models, and these are systems that are trained on massive amount of data. So all the data that's on the internet, your posts, Wikipedia, all the websites, all that text is then taken and trained on in the large language model, which large language model is like your brain. So then it's trained on that, and then you have your mouth that talks. That's used to communicate from what your brain is thinking, and then we have then the AI on the phone is like the mouth of a human. You can then talk to it. So that's how it works. You have the large language model, which is like the brain, and then on your phone, when you're talking to it, it's like simulating the mouth of a human. So that's how you communicate with it in natural language, in English, in Setswana, Swahili, French, Italian, all the languages. It can speak in those languages.
Okay. Can you give examples of how Botswana have embraced AI?
Well, I'll give an example. So I'm a co-founder of Orion X, which is an AI lab here based in Botswana. I'm the chief AI officer, and what we have done is initially we were building enterprise AI systems, and we were doing it for law firms, insurance companies, mining, etc. And I would say Botswana, these companies have embraced AI very fast. Law firms, entire departments can be automated. For example, we helped a law firm with their debt collection department, where AI is just taking care of the entire process of debt collection. So they've gone from a team of 10 people to a team of 2 people, while maintaining quality service, if not increasing it. And now they can take in even more workload without increasing the number of staff. So in terms of businesses, that's how they've done it. Insurance companies, in terms of customer service, AI can personalize the experience of a customer. So it learns everything about the customer and can personalize their insurance experience. And in terms of now the individual, now ChatGPT, people go on ChatGPT and can just talk to it, ask it to write a business plan, ask it to write a marketing plan, ask it to help with making a decision, you know. But there's issues there in terms of the Western models are trained on less than 1% of their training data is African data. So that's a big issue. So that's why at Orion X, we developed the first large language model produced in Africa, and it's predominantly trained on African data. And it's predominantly has like the mindset of an African. It's learned our culture, our small nuances, our traditions, and it's African based, so it understands like our languages and how we conduct business here, how the everyday life of an African is like. You know, it knows that we have a large informal sector, etc. So that's been our large language model is called Uhuru. Mm-hmm. And when we go in and we see people are using Uhuru to make business plan, combi routes, make a list for shopping, plans for their friends, what the activities they can do, you know, from just everyday life to help with their business and, you know, and also just help with just their normal lives. So it's very interesting what we're seeing.
Okay, let's talk about the product that you developed, Uhuru. Why now? Why did you develop it now?
We developed it now because we saw the issue that Western models aren't fit for Africa. You know, I'll give an example. I asked ChatGPT, who's the famous chief for Barolong tribe in Botswana? And it gave me some name which is not true. And then I said, and it gave me even the whole history, trying to tell me that this is the name. So it doesn't admit when it doesn't know something and provides wrong information, and we call that hallucination. So then people act on that data. So then I told it, no, that's not true. That's not the famous chief for Barolong. Then it said, oh, I'm sorry. It's
just
actually,
like that.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
actually rare someone. And I was like, no, still not true. And then I was like, it's actually rare.
Another name?
Yeah. And it just doesn't admit when it's wrong. So that's a big issue because then people act on that data. You know, there's even a case in South Africa where someone used ChatGPT for case law, and they quoted ChatGPT gave them a case, and they went and said it in court that this case set precedent, and the judge was so angry because that's wrong information, and it's a whole entire case in South Africa. So the reason we did it now was because we can't be left behind. We cannot. This is another industrial revolution, and we can't keep being left behind with every industrial revolution. It's to me it's unacceptable because we're very capable.
Okay.
You know, there's no reason why we shouldn't be partaking in the frontier of technology. Yeah.
Okay. We're going for a quick commercial break. We'll be back.
For more than 50 years, Debswana's success has been the result of a solid and enduring partnership between the Botswana government and De Beers. This has been underpinned by the resilience and commitment of its workforce. The Debswana story is one marked by a careful stewardship, wise investment, and shared prosperity by all stakeholders. Debswana is motivated by its vision of becoming a global benchmark diamond business and is regarded as one of the world's leading diamond producers by value. It currently operates 4 operations: Orapa and Damtsha mines, the Letlhakane Mine Tailings Treatment Plant, and Jwaneng Mine. Recovered diamonds are sold to the Diamond Trading Company Botswana in Gaborone, one of the world's most sophisticated rough diamond sorting and valuing facilities. After this stage, the diamonds are sold to the De Beers Global Sightholder Sales for aggregation and to the wholly government-owned Okavango Diamond Company, ODC. The diamonds are then sold to the world's leading diamond tears, known as sightholders, to be cut and polished before being sold to jewelry manufacturers both locally and abroad. Debswana is the largest employer in Botswana after the government, with over 5,500 employees and 6,000 contractors. The company recognizes that having a more diverse and inclusive workforce is not only the right thing to do, but also a business imperative. Debswana is guided by the Social Way framework, which establishes social performance principles by delivering a lasting positive contribution to communities, managing risks and impacts. Debswana's vision and values underpin the way it operates. They guide the way it deals with its people and its stakeholders, empowering the company to make life brilliant and turn diamond dreams into reality. One of the company's core values is to conduct business in a manner that upholds the safety and health of its employees, visitors, and contractors, and minimize impact on the environment. Debswana's environmental and safety systems conform to the highest international standards. The game parks surrounding its larger operations are well stocked and protected and are used as popular recreational destinations and for environmental education. Through the significant contribution of Debswana, Botswana is now regarded as a modern economic success story, a country with modest beginnings that has transformed itself into a rapidly developing upper-middle income economy. Even though diamonds are finite, Debswana remains a beacon of hope for Botswana and will continue to be such for the foreseeable future. Debswana, mining diamonds, enriching the nation.
Welcome back. Mr. Monti, when we went for a break, we were talking about Uhuru. Can you tell us what is Uhuru and how does it work?
So Uhuru is an African AI designed specifically for Africa and all the countries on the continent. And we've designed it in a way that it's very useful to the everyday person. On Uhuru, not only is it, you can have conversations with it, just like on ChatGPT, you can actually use it to create a website and deploy the website straight from Uhuru. You can use it to focus in on country specific. So you can actually say, Uhuru, I want to focus on South Africa, I want to focus on Burkina Faso, I want to focus on DRC, Ethiopia, Kenya, I want to focus on Botswana. And it's actually, so far, the only AI that actually has all the Botswana laws and also has case laws for Botswana. And people are using it to run their businesses on Uhuru. And not only that, but Uhuru also has Uhuru Office. So we have Uhuru Docs and Uhuru Sheets. This is because people don't need Word, Microsoft Word, they don't need Google Workspace. They can just use it on Uhuru and edit documents there and then download it in Word or PDF. And the most important thing is the other models for the West are not priced for Africa. $20 a month, that is about 350 pula. That's a week's worth of groceries for majority of people.
Yeah.
The average salary in Botswana is 7,000 pula. That's about 4% of someone's salary. So ours is 99 pula. 99 pula a month for all this, the creating website, deploying it, running your business there, Uhuru Docs, Uhuru Sheets. So you don't need to go and get Microsoft Office or Google Workspace. You can just use Uhuru Docs and Sheets. You don't need to go in another service to pay for a website. You can just use Uhuru to deploy your website and design it. And you don't need to go and subscribe to ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini. You can just use Uhuru, which is designed for Africa and has African data. And you get this all for 99 pula, or for the rest of the continent, $7, which is, and that's African-friendly pricing, because we want people to pursue their dreams, and we want to enable Africans to dream big, and we want to have the fastest development ever on the African continent, and that's our dream, and that's Uhuru.
Okay, who is Uhuru really built for?
Uhuru is built for the everyday African. It's built for this, literally every African. We right now we're even going to the universities, telling students about it. We have ambassadors at the universities. We have people as young as 18, all the way to 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds using Uhuru. People from universities, people who are employed using Uhuru. So Uhuru is built for everyday African. It's really built for anyone who has a dream. Anyone who has a dream, that's who Uhuru is built for, can pursue their dream. Because many of us, many people are at a job just because they need to pay insurance, they need to pay school fees, they need to support their family. But now people can use Uhuru to pursue their dreams, meaning you don't have to be an expert in the domain to be in that domain, because Uhuru can help you in that domain. If you are a marketing person, but you really wanted to do something that's quite scientific, you can use Uhuru to do that, because Uhuru has the same level of intelligence as the Western models, but built for Africa. So whatever domain you want to go into, you can just use Uhuru to do it. You don't actually need to be an expert in that domain to pursue it.
Okay. Is it possible for someone who doesn't have constant data to have access to Uhuru?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
So the reason why it's also built for Africa is you can access Uhuru on SMS. So you can access Uhuru on WhatsApp. So you don't actually need data to access Uhuru. Even if you have a steady line, you can just SMS Uhuru and you can access it there. So it's really built for the everyday African. We'll partner with the MNOs so that we can zero rate it and people can just subscribe to Uhuru, just like how you get the data packages. Instead of getting the data packages, you just subscribe to Uhuru, and you can just access it there, because instead of going on the internet, you can use Uhuru to do literally anything.
Okay. How long has Uhuru been in existence?
Uhuru has been in existence about just less than a year. We are working rapidly. As you know, AI is very fast-paced.
Yeah.
People are moving very fast. So we're also moving fast. I know in Botswana, we're quite a slow country.
Yeah.
But we're trying to set a new standard of productivity by working really, really fast, and especially in technology, because Botswana is quite a conservative country. We don't take many risks, and people who fail and then cast out. That's why we don't take many risks. I once had the idea that we should have failure awards. Have award people who have failed, because they've taken a risk. So the bigger the risk someone took and failed, the more they are to get the award. But yeah, so we're trying to move very fast. Uhuru's been in existence just less than a year, but Orion X has been in existence for about a year and a half now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. How has the reception been?
The reception has been quite good, surprisingly good. The reason being is because I believe that when you create a good product, people will use it. You know, even you don't have to be very aggressive with marketing and buy ads on Google and Facebook. It's just that when you have a good product, people come to it and people use it, especially when it solves a pain point for people. So the reception has been actually very good.
Okay, how are people using it to solve their problems?
People are using it to solve their problems in terms of, actually people are using it for therapy. We see people using it as a friend, like as a therapist. We have our education product. Uhuru we have a separate one called Grey Ed. So I'm dyslexic.
Okay.
So when I was 5, I couldn't read or write. And I went to a specialist tutor after school, and I saw them about 4 hours a week. And I went to school about 7 hours.
Okay.
But in those 4 hours a week, I developed much faster than at school. Reading, spelling, language processing. So it showed me the value of personalized learning. So Grey Ed personalizes the learning experience for students. It's a platform, and it's powered by Uhuru. So it's African-centric, and it learns everything about the student. Personality, family, hobbies, interests, preferred learning styles, possible learning disabilities. It knows the curriculum, so it's personalizing the entire experience, taking your personality, we even do a personality test, taking the curriculum, and then creates the learning experience for the student. And, you know, it's been around for 2 years now, and it's been quite good. We even won, finalists, final 10 for the UK Digital Universities Startup Competition.
Okay.
You know, it was quite good. And, you know, so just a quick one.
Yes.
We saw yesterday that the government has awarded a South African country basically to create an e-learning platform for Botswana, and it was worth 600 million pula. And I got so many phone calls yesterday saying, Monti, can you see this? Because we went to the minister, the PS, deputy PS, and we proposed that give us your 5 worst performing schools for a year, and we implement Grey Ed there, and you'll see the value, because it's improving other schools, you know, grades, mental health, engagement, but they said no, so it's just a big shock about this. But
Okay.
So we have our education side, and in terms of business as well, people are using it to write business plans, even in their actual domain. So marketing, they're using it to help create their content, create marketing plans. Engineers are using it as their co-pilot to prototype and also solve specific domain problems. So everyone's using it to solve their specific problems that they're facing in life.
Okay. We're still talking AI and how it is making lives for the better. Stay tuned for more.
Diamonds. The word alone evokes potent symbolism. From the unimaginable power of the forces that create these precious stones, to their unparalleled strength and durability, to their indelible association with the most powerful human emotion, love. Born billions of years ago, diamonds have captivated our imagination throughout human history. Botswana, in particular, has a special place in its heart for this magical stone. Diamonds have assisted its transformation from one of the least developed countries in the world to a glittering success story.
The future of the country looked very bleak before the discovery of diamonds. It was so bleak that Some people asked whether we were brave or foolish to want to be independent.
New capital, Gaborone, the national flag is unfurled amidst much enthusiasm. Good luck, Botswana. Our best wishes go with you.
The birth of Botswana's diamond dream, sparked by the discovery of the Orapa pipe by De Beers geologists, came shortly after the country's independence. The second major find by the De Beers prospecting team, Zwaneng Mine, propelled Botswana to becoming the world's leading diamond producer by value. Botswana is the largest private sector employer in the country, and its revenues have played a major role in building Botswana's infrastructure, health, and education sectors. Botswana's contribution to Botswana's economy over the past 5 decades has been significant. It is the major contributor to the national economy, contributing 33% to GDP, 70% to export earnings, and 32% to government revenue. Botswana's long-term focus on the sustainability of its business will maintain the lives of its operations and the communities around which they operate for many years to come. Botswana, mining diamonds and enriching the nation for 50 years.
Welcome back. Monti, still speaking of Uhuru, is it only present in Botswana?
No, actually, anyone, it's online, so anyone around the world can access it. You know, just on our website, orionx.xyz. So yeah, anyone can access it.
What role do African languages and communities play in how Uhuru evolves?
Ooh, a very good question. There are over 2,000 languages in Africa. Majority of them not documented, like written down. So tribal chiefs, elders, these communities, people who are experts in culture, traditions, they're playing a huge role in contributing to the data that we get from Uhuru. They are actually quite critical because they have so much knowledge that's not written down, and we're getting all that knowledge. So they're actually playing a huge role in the languages that are being trained in Uhuru, and the cultural and traditional information that are being trained, that we're using to train Uhuru as well. So data in Africa, unfortunately, it's manual, or it's digitized and not online. For example, the health data in Zwaneng, it took about 3 months to find it, but it was on just a random government employee's laptop. You know, so it's he's like not senior or anything, just mid-level, and it's huge amounts of data for the Zwaneng area, health data. So we found it there for training. So data in Africa is quite difficult to reach, and that's why the communities and tribal leaders, chiefs and everything, the cultural experts play a huge role in the development of languages and data on Uhuru.
Okay, how does that restore dignity to local knowledge systems?
It's because there's pride in knowing that your culture, your tradition, your language is represented on such a powerful tool. You know, it's when you can go onto AI and talk in your language, that this is some sort of pride, you know, that and accomplishment that, you know, I can talk in my local language. I don't need to go learn English, go learn another language to interact with this tool. So the fact that I can interact with it in Setswana, Kalanga, you know, Shona, Swahili, whatever language it is, interact with it in that manner is quite, it restores pride, it reminds them that they're not forgotten. Yeah.
Okay. Building a model like this in Africa must have come with a lot of challenges. What are some of the challenges that you encountered?
Actually, quite a lot. It was our decision on where to build our AI factory is it's difficult because it takes a lot of power, a humongous amount of power. So we need somewhere where there's constant amount of electricity and reliable electricity. And obviously African countries, that's not something that's normal. And as well as regulations, Botswana is heavily regulated. That's why it's very difficult to do technology here. For example, DPA. Regulation always moves faster than technology development. Where in the West, technology moves faster than regulation, and that's why they have more advanced technologies. So regulation plays quite a role. And another difficulty is the data. The data is not online. It's scattered around. It's not mature data. It's not structured data. So it's quite a challenge. So the infrastructure challenge and the data challenge is quite a big one that we find in. And we haven't had a buy-in from government that we're heading, technology is going to be our next big thing. So they're not quite intentional about it, whereas my experience in other countries, African countries, for example, Rwanda, if the minister's team does not know about any emerging startup that's doing great things and new technology, they get in trouble. That we should be helping the startup. If the president finds out the minister doesn't know about this new technology that's coming up in their country, they get in trouble because they're like, no, we need to be helping that. And that's why Rwanda is booming.
Okay.
That's intentionality.
So have you introduced what you're doing to the government?
Yes, I've been talking, the previous government and this current government. I'm constantly knocking on their door saying technology can solve a lot of problems in Botswana. When a startup grows from 0 to unicorn status, that creates literally thousands and thousands of jobs. And that creates attractiveness to the economy. So I always say Botswana just needs one unicorn to solve the job problem. And in terms of, we need a replacement to diamonds. Diamonds are now a thing of the past. And it's, demand is not going to go back up because lab printed diamonds and sustainability, etc. That's where the world is heading to.
Okay.
So we need a replacement to something that dominated our GDP and our foreign exchange. And that I believe, and many people believe, it can only be technology because we need something that can grow very fast, and only technology moves at a fast pace that it can actually, in the coming years, replace the GDP dominant diamonds, and technology can replace that.
Yes. There's obviously fear that AI could replace jobs and not create them. What is Uhuru doing to ensure that there's it actually expands opportunity, doesn't take away jobs?
Yes, that's very true. So AI won't take jobs. It's someone who knows AI that would replace someone who doesn't. So that's really what we're seeing at the moment, because people are demanding that they're hiring people who actually know how to use AI. And I always say by the year 2030, there will be two types of companies. Those that are fully utilizing AI and those that are out of business. So Uhuru is enabling people to actually create businesses, create the side hustle that they always wanted to do. So new businesses are sprouting due to Uhuru, even though some departments might be shrinking because of automation, and that it's actually, those people can actually use Uhuru to now do the side hustle that they always wanted to do.
Yes.
And AI is actually creating new types of jobs. So now with these data centers coming up, you need data center managers, people who know how to maintain the data centers and those things. So new jobs will be created while old jobs will be gone.
Yes. I mean, in less developed parts of the world, such as Africa, consumers could be particularly exposed to dangers associated with AI, such as privacy, intellectual property theft, and others. What is your take on how local lawmakers and regulators can tackle AI?
For local, I don't really think we have to worry about that. Botswana is so regulated that we won't have those problems. I always say Botswana is overregulated. You know, it causes a problem with innovation. But in Botswana, we have very strong regulations, and we have very strong institutions with, that still have a certain level of high integrity relatively to other countries. But in terms of other countries, you need, the regulation is going to have to come to power, because bad actors can use AI in a bad way. Just as much as good people can use AI to produce good, bad actors can use AI to produce bad. But I always believe that the good actors will always outpace the bad actors. So the regulation should follow AI development, and that's how you can keep people safe. And in terms of, you need more people who are creating defenses in terms of from bad actors. And those people exist, and they're doing it. So the good actors will always outpace the bad actors.
So in short, you are saying in Botswana we're still safe?
In Botswana, we're very safe.
Okay.
But the only risk is scams.
Scams.
We need to educate Botswana on scams, because, I'll give an example. Someone can take my voice. Someone can actually take this recording, take my voice from this recording. You just need 5 seconds of my voice, and then AI can expand that, train a model of my voice, and then now they can call my parents and say, I'm stuck somewhere and I need 1,000 pula to get a new tire. Please may you send me on this number. And then my parents send it, and they've just been scammed.
Scammed, yeah.
So we need to educate people on scammers, because they're going to take advantage of it. And that example can happen very much. I'm sure someone's going to even use it.
Yeah, you just give them an idea.
Yeah.
All right. Any last words that you'd like to add on?
Yes. I'd like to tell people that, the future is bright. AI is going to enable a lot of good things if we use it responsibly. If the good actors use it for good, then the future is really bright, because then we'll solve the infrastructure problem we have, the water problem we have, the electricity problem we have, the food and everything. All these problems will be solved using AI, and that leads to a world of abundance. And for the first time ever, we can actually pursue our dreams and what we've always wanted to do, our passions, with using AI. And I think that's quite positive. I think that's quite a positive feature. So I just want to induce a level of hope and optimism for the future, as much as it looks quite scary and uncertain.
It does.
We should always remember,
yeah,
the future doesn't happen to us. We actually create the future. So if you create the future that you want, and that's how really the future happens. So if we want optimism and hope, we are the ones responsible for creating the future that we want. It just doesn't happen to us.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate we have to end this.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you for having me. It was quite great.
Yes. AI is the future and it's here to stay. Until next time, from me and my team, goodbye.
The Botswana story is one of transformation, the beating heart behind Botswana's evolution. More than a diamond mining company, it epitomizes exploration, innovation, and excellence. Every year, it pioneers responsible resource management, technological progress, and community upliftment, shaping our future. Botswana unearths opportunities, enabling education and livelihoods. Its legacy illuminates our horizons, guiding every Motswana towards a better tomorrow. Botswana, building a brighter future for Botswana, beyond diamonds.